Venezuela's in the dark, and the country's president says he knows who put it there. The opposition, President Nicolas Maduro, says that they sabotaged the country's electricity grid and left, get this, 70% of Venezuelans without electricity. Now, no one knows for sure. What is for sure is that somebody whacked the country's power lines. And while power is slowly being restored, terrorism is the big worry again this day. And not just in Venezuela, but, well, in a lot of countries all over the world that fear the next cyber ramp-up could be turning more countries' power grids off. Retired Air Force Colonel Cedric Leighton says they have every right to be nervous because this threat is very, very real. Colonel, good to have you back. We still don't know what happened in Venezuela, Colonel, but we have some pretty good ideas that it fits a pattern of hacking activities that know no bounds. What do you make of this?
Well, it could very well be something like that in Venezuela. Of course, the other part of it, Neil, is that they have a pretty decrepit infrastructure right now. So it is
It would be vulnerable. It would be all the more vulnerable.
Absolutely. And the older the system is, the more vulnerable that system is to attacking, either through cyber means or through more conventional sabotage means.
Okay, so if the Venezuelan president, who just might be trying to capitalize on the politics from all of this, but leaving that aside, if we have seen power grids compromised, we do know that utilities have been hacked, defense establishments have been hacked. It is not a great leap to think that hackers could do considerable damage to countries' whole infrastructures. What do you think?
Absolutely. In fact, in 2007, Estonia, one of the most wired countries in the world, was attacked by the Russians, by Russian hackers ostensibly, but they definitely had backing from the Russian state. And they were attacked because of a statue in Tallinn, a Russian statue from World War II. And it's those kinds of things. We've seen the entire banking infrastructure in Estonia being laid waste because of that. We also saw the same thing happen in Georgia during the Russian invasion of Georgia the year following that in 2008. And so there are a lot of different things that are going on in that, in the cyber realm, that are absolute nightmare scenario possibilities.
Do you think the increased incidence of hack attacks, for want of a better term, Colonel, that there is something here? That I always think, and I don't have nearly your techno smarts or military smarts, but that this is a sort of like a series of practice events. And what do you make of that?
Absolutely, Neil. The way a lot of these people do their hacking attacks is they go on a reconnaissance mission, what amounts to a reconnaissance mission, and they go find vulnerable points. The Chinese, for example, are very well known at doing this. They hacked a whole company and were able to bring it to its knees, and that was the Nortel Corporation. They did it over a 10-year period, and now there is no more Nortel, at least not in the form that we knew. And so that's part of what they do. It's the way in which they engage. And I can see the same thing happening, quite frankly, with Syria.
Okay. Well, Colonel, let's hope on this case you're wrong, but you really never are. So thank you very much. Good seeing you again.
It's great seeing you too, Neil. Thanks for having me.